Hello, Stacy Dillon here. I actually teach fifth grade for an online public school, Alabama Virtual Academy, and I love Go Formative. I'm actually doing a professional development on it this week with my coworkers, so I'm super excited to share it with you too. Um, okay, so I'm actually sharing my Go Formative home screen with you all. My kids are in here with FERPA friendly names, so it is fine for me to share this with you. So I have my kids set up. I have my blue group, my for ELA, my green group for ELA, my red group for ELA, and then for math I have a red and a green group. This is for differentiated instruction, so that if I want to give a higher order thinking question to my students who have mastered a standard, I can. If I have students who have not yet mastered the standard and I'm still working on that, mastering the standard with them, I can do that so that I can differentiate that instruction. All right, so if I click on one, and I'll click this one because it's small and less overwhelming, you can see each student has their own username that I was able to create, and they have their own password. Now you'll see this student has never logged in. That's because she is what we call a flex student, a high flyer, and she is not required to complete live class assignments. So that's why. But to highlight that, because it does show you when the students last logged in. So if a student didn't log in when they were supposed to, I can see these logged in 6 days ago and this student logged in 7 days ago, which means that he was absent from a class. So you can easily see. You create their passwords when you create their logins. So and I emailed those to them. If they forget their password, you can reset it yourself. So that is nice. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Okay, so that's my classes. You can also import class rosters from Google Classroom or Clever, or you can input them yourself. Wherever you have them, I just put mine in myself because I created everything. All right, so under formatives, you'll see that I have a lot of formatives on here. I have math and ELA. They're all labeled with the date. Sometimes they're labeled with what group they are. That's if I did separate assignments for my kiddos. So if my students that are still trying to master the objective are the red exit tickets, green means they've mastered it. If you see a blue exit ticket, that means they are above and beyond mastered it. They're working on the next step up for the next grade level. So I have them labeled daily. The kids do not know the difference in their group colors. They just know, oh, I'm red group today, I'm green group today, I'm blue group today. They have no idea. They don't go to the same live classes, so they have no clue. So that's why we use colors, obviously, just so they don't know what the difference is. If you see one where there is no color, for me, I labeled them that way because that's a brand new standard for everybody, and everybody's doing the same exit ticket. But just to show you what some of the different ones look like, so if I go to this math exit ticket from March 11th, and I look at view responses, so for this one, it was a multiple choice question. I can see them answering it in real time. The green means they got it correct, red means they missed the question. So I can easily see, okay, I need to review this with these students. I need to make sure that I cover this topic with them tomorrow in our next class. I can see that as a whole, 82% of my class got this question correct. All right, so that lets me know that my class as a whole has mastered this objective. I can easily pick out which students I need to go and work on that with. All right, so let me pick another one to show you. All right, so this one, the students actually had to write their own fairy tale. So it's not going to be a red or green answer. They're writing their own. All right, but let's say that I picked this one up. I'm going to look at Brandon's fairy tale that he wrote. All right, and I can see they were required to have at least 5 sentences. They were required to use proper capitalization and punctuation. I can see that he did that. He's got capital letters, punctuation. So I'm going to go ahead and give Brandon his full point. And then I'm going to say, great job, Brandon. I loved your story, and you did great using your capitalization and punctuation rules. Now, I normally do this in class while they're working, but I kind of saved this blank one for this particular video. So once I do that, I hit enter. The next time Brandon logs in, he'll be able to see that he got a full point in the feedback I left for him. Now, when I go back, oops, to all of them, I can see that Brandon got green. That means he got his full point. And so far, 1 out of 16 have mastered this exit ticket. As I grade them, and if you don't make it big, and I usually do it like this, I made it big to make sure you could see it, but normally I'll do it like this. I'll type some feedback. And then I can just click the arrow to go to the next student that completed it. So you don't have to keep going back. It'll automatically go to the next one for you with this arrow. But you can see if I gave them like half a point, then this little tab would be yellow. If I gave them 0.1 or less than half a point, it would be red. So that you can easily, again, even when it's not multiple choice, pick out what students you need to work with. All right, so let's say that I want to make a new formative. So I would type my title up here, and let's just say that this is UWA exit ticket for 3/24/20 because that is today's date. I hit this plus sign. I do not have the premium account. So if you have premium account, all of this would be options. I do not have premium. I use the free account. My school's looking into the premium for next year, but as of right now, I'm pretty much able to do a lot of what I need. Basically everything I need with the free account. It's just with the premium account, I'd get a lot more data. So you can embed videos, which I've done before. When we were covering folk tales, I embedded a video of a folk tale about Anansi on to a formative, and then they answered multiple choice questions about the folktale after they watched the video. So that was really cool. You can add an image, text block, video, whiteboard, essay, multiple choice, and multiple selection will show the red and green bars like I showed you earlier. Short answer, show your work is where they actually have a pen tool and they work it out. So we use this with math a lot. We will actually create an image of the problem, and on show your work, you can edit the background, upload an image, and then they can use a pen tool to work it on there. You can watch them working it in real time. So as they're working it, I can say, hey, Ryan, before you go any farther, like I saw Ryan made a mistake. I'm sitting here watching him. I saw him make a mistake. I don't want him to get all the way to the end and not know what he did. So I'm going to catch him and I'll say, hey, Ryan, before you go any farther, let's check out what you've got so far. And I'll go through that with them. So that's really cool that I can see them doing that in real time. I can stop them before they get too far if they've made a mistake. Or sometimes they'll raise their hand, Miss Dillon, I need some help. And I can go in and help them in real time as well. Okay, and then true or false will also show up as a red or green bar, just like the multiple selection or multiple choice. You can also upload a PDF document or Google Doc. You can only do 20 pages a month on the free account for that. If you're doing any of the other free stuff, you can do as many assignments as you want a month. I do at least 2 a day. So, all right, you can search existing questions you've already used. One thing you can do with the premium account, which is the main reason that I'm hoping that we have it next year, is let's say that I did a multiple choice question. I can select a standards order. I could go to we're Common Core. So let's say I did math, I teach 5th grade, and I could pick the standard. Now it won't let me do it because I do not have the premium account, but you could pick the standard, and so it will actually give you data over time on how your class has performed on a certain standard from when you started it all the way to the end. So that's really nice. So let's just say I said, what is Go Formative? And it is fake website or a website that teachers can use to create and assign assessments to students. All right, so this is obviously the correct answer, so I'm going to check that one. You have to check the correct answer or it won't grade it for you. All right, so then when I get to assign, I can click who I want to take this test, who I want to take this formative. And I would click that and then click assign. Or I don't like to assign mine until right before class starts because my kids are smart and they know that they can log in and do their exit tickets ahead of time if they're on there. So I will create my exit tickets. I do not assign them. I leave them just like this. And then right before I have them do their exit ticket, I'll click on the group that I want to do it and assign it right then so they can't go in and do it before class starts. But yeah, so this is Go Formative. There's a lot of other features on the premium that I can't show you right now because I have the free version. But even on the free version, there's so much cool stuff you can do. I use it every day, so feel free to ask any questions. It's pretty awesome. All right, thanks everybody.